Hello, today's lesson is a continuation of our guided notes on complementary and supplementary angles. So today we're going to discuss supplementary angles. And supplementary angles are two angles, or you could say a pair of angles, whose sum is 180 degrees. So if we look at example 8, it just looks like a line, but we're going to draw a vertex point on this line, and from that I can draw a ray. So I'm going to draw a ray, and if you recall, a straight angle starts out with, a straight angle measures 180 degrees. If I measured from this side of the angle to this side of the angle, in fact, it's almost like drawing a little protractor, it would be 180 degrees. So total for a straight angle is 180 degrees, but we now have created two angles inside that straight angle. So if someone told us that one of the angles was a certain measurement, we'd be able to figure out what the other measurement is. So let's assign this measurement the obtuse angle, okay? And since it's obtuse, I'm going to make this 130 degrees. So once again, I'm going to encourage you to use your algebra skills. There's a reason for it, because later on we're going to have more than just 130 degrees. We might have an algebraic expression involved in this. So I'm going to refer to this angle as x. So now we're going to write our algebraic expression. I can either write 130 plus x or x plus 130, whichever you prefer. So these two angles together make up the straight line, which is 180 degrees. And so when we solve, we do the opposite or inverse operation on both sides. These cancel each other out. The undo, that's the purpose of it, because we want x to be isolated by itself. And on the other side, we have 50. So you might have been able to guess that without using your algebra skills, but we still want to be able to use them. So that's how you find the supplement of a supplementary angle pair. So let's look at another example. Again, we can draw a vertex point on this line, and from that vertex point we can make a ray. And this time I'm going to assign a value to the acute angle. So just to recall, if I go from one side of a straight line to another side of a straight line, that measures 180 degrees. So the angle, the smaller angle that we've created with our ray, I'm going to just say this is 45 degrees. And so the obtuse angle, we don't know. This time I'm going to call it y. And now we're going to go ahead and write an algebraic equation to solve this. So I could say 45 plus y, or y plus 45. Since we're adding them, order doesn't matter. The commutative property tells us that. These two angles together make up 180 degrees. Together they make the straight angle. So now I'm going to solve. I'm going to take away 45 from both sides. On this side it eliminates, and as long as this is a positive sign, I can just drop this down as positive y. So now 0 minus 5, I'm going to need to borrow. So it's 10 minus 5, which would be 5, 7 minus 4, which would be 3, and the 1 drops down, so we now know that y equals 135 degrees. So y measures 135 degrees. So that's nice when they give us a diagram. Sometimes they do not. Sometimes they just say the words. So let's read through what this says. It says if angle A and angle B are supplementary. The minute I hear that, I know that I'm dealing with 180 degrees. Then it goes on to say, and the measurement of angle ABC is 38 degrees. Find the measurement of CBD. So they're telling us together they equal 180 degrees. So we're going to use that, what we know, what they've given us. We have ABC is 38 degrees plus the measurement of CBD, which we don't know, so I'm going to assign variable A to it. And then that should equal 180 degrees. We're going to solve by subtracting 38 on both sides, eliminating 38. Again, that's a positive a, so we'll drop down as just a, or plus a. We'll drop down plus a as positive a, and again we need to borrow. So in this case, the measurement of angle CBD equals 142 degrees. Sometimes they stated it a little bit differently. They just give us angle 1 and angle 2 instead of naming the 3 points on the angle, but they did mention the magic word, which is supplementary. Immediately know that's 180 degrees. And then they go on to say that angle 2 is 23 degrees, and they want us to find angle 1. So we don't know what angle 1 is. I'm going to arbitrarily choose a variable. This time I'll use n. And to it, I'm going to add the measurement of angle 2, which they told us is 23. And together that is 180 degrees. So please solve this. Pause the video, solve it on your own, and then restart the video when you're ready. So we have figured out that the measurement of angle 1 is 157 degrees. And finally, they sometimes just ask us to find the complement or the supplement. And again, what's important is that you know the difference between the two. So let's stop and discuss a Mrs. Nord's trick for complementary and supplementary. Mrs. Nord's trick is that if you have complementary angles, well, if you draw a line on the C, it looks like a 9, so there's a 90 degrees. If you have supplementary angles, which begins with an S, if you draw a line connecting the endpoints of S, then that looks like an 8, so this is 180. So supplementary angles are 180, and complementary angles are 90. That's her trick. So if I look at this, it just says the supplement. Again, we don't have to involve variables as long as you know that supplementary angles are 180 degrees. They've given us one of the angles, so we're going to subtract 88 from 180. So again, we need to borrow. This would be 2. We have to borrow again. And so this should be 92 degrees. 92 degrees is the supplement. The next one, the supplement of 9 degrees, we would take 180 degrees minus 9 degrees. Again, we'll borrow, and we're going to get 171 degrees is the supplement of 9 degrees. Would you please do 14 on your own and then replay the video? And the supplement of 149 degrees should be 31 degrees. So thanks for listening, and now let's go on and try the worksheets involved where you find the solution independently. Thank you.